everyone, this is Bazooka. Welcome to one of my videos, and welcome to Random Ramblings. Of course, like I promised, the weapon kind of analysis thing for the new weapons, and of course the first up is the Iron Bomber for the Demoman. So, let us just get the thing. We must see what the Iron Bomber has for us. So the Iron Bomber is a primary for the Demoman, obviously, and it has the things, the stats. Grenades have very little bounce and roll, meaning that if you fire in a spot, it will most likely stay there as soon as it hits the ground. Or like if you fire it against a wall, it's not going to bounce very far off of the wall, and then it will just kind of plop straight to the ground. Even on slants, like on slanted floors and things like that, as long as it's more horizontal than vertical, it will most likely stay there for the, like, it might roll a little bit, but not a whole lot. So that's its upside, and I use upside kind of loosely, but its downsides are it has a negative 20% explosion radius, meaning that you'll hit less people when the grenades explode, and it has a negative 10% damage on grenades that explode on timer. So if you don't get a direct hit with the Iron Bomber grenades, it will do 10% less damage when it explodes over time. So it's kind of weird, but alright, so let's talk about the pros. The pros of using the Iron Bomber. The Iron Bomber is pretty much the exact same as using a grenade launcher, just the stock grenade launcher. So if you're fine with using the grenade launcher, you could potentially use the Iron Bomber to basically the same extent. So you're not treading unfamiliar ground like if you're using the lock and load or the loose cannon. You're getting pretty much what you already expect, except for the grenades having very little bounce. And the 10% less damage isn't that big of a deal, and I feel like the explosion radius also isn't that big of a deal, but that could just be me. I don't know. And I guess one of the other upsides to the Iron Bomber is the fact that you can lay down traps, quotation mark traps, because the grenades have very little roll and bounce. So if you fire in a spot, like in the ground right in front of you, you can walk away, and if like there are enemies following you, they might want to not pass over it because they don't really know how long it's been there. And they don't really want to risk taking like 90 or like 80. They don't want to get chipped off. They don't want to have any of their health chipped away, so they're probably going to wait there to wait for the thing to explode before they move on with their life. So it can most certainly deter people from moving in, because the pills, the grenade themselves, don't move at all. And if they do, it's very, very little compared to the stock or the loose cannon, because, well, that's the whole thing. It's just like it's there. It's like a self-detonating sticky bomb, if you think of it like that. Except it can't stick to walls. That's about it. It's like it has no track. It doesn't stick to walls. It just kind of like and then it falls down. But it can still kind of work like a self-detonating sticky bomb. So the downside is I don't get it. The downside is it's just I don't know. Like I'm not entirely sure why why people might think this is okay. I mean, no, that's not true. I can see why people think this is okay because of what I said earlier about placing down the grenades as if they were sticky bombs. But it's just like when I used it, like, I guess you can put this as a negative as well. It feels exactly the same as a grenade launcher. There's barely anything differentiating it, because when I fire a pill with the normal grenade launcher, I don't, like, I don't know, it generally stays in a spot when I fire it at a wall. It bounces off and rolls around a little. It's still within the general vicinity that I expect it to be. So it's I don't get it. And like, you hit less things when you're using the iron bomber, because like, let's say you fire into a crowd of people, you're gonna hit less people, or you're going to hit people for less damage because the explosion radius is smaller. Therefore, the radius, the outer part of the explosions will deal, you know, less damage. So it's a more concentrated explosion. So I don't know. It could just be me. But it's just the iron bomber. I don't really get the point of using it, when it'd probably be better if you just used the grenade launcher, or hey, if you just use the lock and load, like how everyone's using the lock and load now. So yeah, that's kind of what I think. Oh wait, I'm kind of all over the place. Good thing this is called Random Ramblings. The iron bomber actually potentially makes for an interesting pill jumping primary for the Demoman. Not as good as the loose cannon, because the loose cannon like sends you flying like a normal sticky bomb, but because the grenades of the iron bomber stay exactly there, all you need to do is just get the timing down, and you don't have to worry about it flying over the place. Like, you fire a pill at the ground with the normal grenade launcher, it goes flying, and you have to try and chase after it. But for the iron bomber, you shoot it in one spot, it might roll forward a little bit, or it might roll backwards, or like, you know, it might move a little bit, but it will barely move at all. So it's just like, okay, it's there, gotta time it, jump, crouch, get sent forward. It's not, you don't get sent very far, but it helps. It certainly helps. So, is there any specific weapons that I think should go with it? Well, pretty much full stock is also very well. Like, it's just fine. Like, the normal sticky bomb launcher and the bottle, it's like, again, like I said, it acts almost the exact same as just the stock grenade launcher. So using it with the stock sticky bomb launcher and the stock bottle, it works just fine. With what I said earlier, like a few seconds ago, you can use a shield, and that could be, like, it could be any shield, and then you can grenade jump with the iron bomber. Again, it's not very high, but it's still a jump. It's still an explosive jump. So you can jump up and then with the tide turner go around and then freaking kill someone with like a half Zatuichi or something. I don't know. You could also go with, like, to be very themed, you could use the Scottish Resistance. Place down traps everywhere. Your missed shots, those are traps. And then the Scottish Resistance deals, well, it doesn't deal more damage, but you can detonate specific spots, and then maybe, like, try and push, or juggle them into a missed iron bomber shot. I don't know. Like, set up Scottish Resistance stickies all over the place, and then you fire in, like, specific spots, and then they move towards, like, a certain spot, you detonate a sticky, and then they go over to the missed shot, and then they die. I don't know, that seems really, really technical, but, I mean, I guess it could still work. Is there anything else that I can really think of? I mean, like, not particularly, just, like, if you use the stock grenade launcher, you can just try it out. Get an iron bomber, replace the stock with the iron bomber, and just try out your loadout. It's, again, I hate to sound repetitive, but this is just my personal opinion, of course. It feels the exact same as the stock grenade launcher. I can't get over it. I can't get over how kind of vanilla this item is, this weapon. I mean, it's a really cool idea, so that way it's just, you know, you fire it, it's exactly where you think it is. Like, you shot it at a wall, it's gonna be right below that wall. It's not going to, like, fly off a ledge or something. It will be exactly where you expect it to be. No nonsense with, like, the pill tumbling and then, like, hitting at a different kind of angle and then flying in a different direction, because it's also, like, a solid, like, ball. It will hit that wall, fall down, maybe bounce off a little back, but it will fall down. Or if you shoot it at the floor, it might roll forward, but again, it says it has very little bounce and roll, not that it has no bounce and roll. So it will still roll, but you expect that. So it's just like you shoot at the ground, like, yeah, okay, yeah. So I don't know. It's kind of like a middle ground for me, the Iron Bomber. So if you want to use it, go ahead, use it. If you don't, that's fine too. Personally, I think everyone's going to go with the lock and load now. But I guess that's gonna do it for this video. My random ramblings of the Iron Bomber. If you think I missed anything important about the Iron Bomber, please do leave a comment down below explaining what you think I missed, or if you think there's even more downsides to the Iron Bomber. Please let me know. I would like to understand what other people think about this weapon. Like, apparently this weapon is highly regarded as a very, very good weapon, but I have a hard time understanding why. Like, fully understanding why. I can appreciate the fact that there is a weapon like this for the Demoman. It's pretty cool, but I don't get it. Like, I feel like it needs something else to push it forward and be very, very unique. Because right now, it just feels like almost the exact same as stock Grenae Launcher. I'm sorry I said that again. But regardless, that's gonna do it for this video. I thank you guys so much for watching. Next time, of course, is going to be my thoughts on the Quickie Bomb Launcher, which I wish they came up with a better name for it. It sounds kind of lazy. But, oh well. Have a great day, and a good night. Bye.
Oh, you're a wee little miss, you are. Together in hand. Ah, that's the stuff!